We never talked about religion. Does that sound strange? We never talked about religion when we were dating, or even really kind of when we got married. It was very weird.
Yeah, neither of us were actively going to church or active much religiously in any way. Through that whole time, and then for the first several years we were married, and then we found out we were going to have kids. And we started talking because we both knew we wanted to raise the kids in a, going to church and to have a religious background. We both did, and I think we both knew that that's what we wanted. We just hadn't really talked about what that would look like. We both grew up in, I guess, socially conservative religions where going to church was a big part of life. It was every Sunday plus probably several other days a week. I went to church on Sunday, had scouts on Wednesday, had a youth meeting, other days, and there was other events and all kinds of things. I know you had the same thing, so it was a big part of our lives. And socially it was a big part of the family extended circle. The people from church were friends, and
we wanted that for our kids.
Yeah.
For me, I think the biggest change is my experience here, it doesn't feel like people are judgmental like when I was growing up. I think that's been the biggest difference for me. And I love the slogan, I guess it's open hearts, open doors, open minds. Every time I get kind of annoyed or think, oh, why am I doing this? I remember that and I think, oh, come on, there's a reason you picked this church.
For me, I finally came to the point where I said, all right, I'm basically gonna give up everything that I think I know, because a lot of things that I felt I knew or believed in all along started seeming like they couldn't really be, and I had to just say, look, it's an all or nothing kind of thing, so if you let cracks in, then you start to see a lot of other stuff kind of falls apart. And I just kind of mentally looked at it and said, all right, I'm going to go back to basics. Basics is love God, love your neighbor. I figured I'm not really doing all that quite well, so until I get that down, I'm not really going to worry about anything else.
And truly, that's what he came to me and he said, and it was amazing. Yeah. It was like such a change.
And once I decided that, everything else just became really, really easy. So I don't think that religion was intended to be difficult or complicated. And a lot of the things that people find to be barriers are complicated things that have grown up, and you start to say, well, where did this come from? Where did this idea come from that has caused dissension in other people and in myself? And did God really mean for us to have this really tricky way of thinking about things, or really complicated path to follow? And sit down and ask yourself what you think about that, and ask God.
Yeah, my answer is pretty similar, actually. Even though I wasn't attending church regularly, I always believed in God, and I always thought God would take care of things.
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Rebin, and we're at Geneva United Methodist Church for love.
And because it feels like family.